Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Bakeseel. Welcome back to a new video. Today we are filming on a, can we say new or different channel? If you guys were subscribed to the Bakes Talks Ball channel, we have rebranded. As you can see, we have two lovely people with us. We have Shane and Tom. How are you both doing, boys?
I'm doing well, mate.
Yeah, doing good. You alright?
Yeah, good, man. So today we're basically introducing ourselves, introducing the channel as a whole. We're going to speak a bit about FIFA, our opinions on basically what we think about FIFA so far, because I believe that's going to be quite strongly opinionated, because we all hate the game anyway, but we play it every day because we're idiots. But yeah, we're just going to get straight into it because we're going to talk ball and just see where this ends up. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to our individual channels if you come across this and you are new. But yeah. So where should we start, lads? Where should we start?
I don't even know, honestly.
Let's talk about the current Ultimate Team situation.
All right.
So, obviously, recently there's been the new promos out. What are your thoughts on the promos so far?
Do you mean promos as in, like...
So,
Future
for example,
Stars?
yeah, Future Stars, how do you think that is as a promo at the moment?
I mean, it would be good if I could pack one.
Oh, yeah,
I enjoy
that is
that.
true.
I would enjoy it. I think the whole aspect around it is very good. I think it was a lot better last year, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though I didn't play the game at this point last year, I kind of dibbled and dabbled around with it. But at the moment, I am enjoying it. I think the objectives they brought out have been very good. I think the Tonali is a very good card, and obviously the packs you can get.
Yeah.
Some of the SBCs are a bit confusing. I think the SBC yesterday was a bit meh. The Ryan Brewster one is just no one expected that because no one wanted it.
Yeah.
I don't get that whole aspect behind them.
That's the thing, because like this Ryan Brewster card is what 250k, 300k at the moment.
Yeah.
You can get Callum Wilson's inform, which is technically the same card for
Yeah.
20k on the market, and it's tradable. Like the only reason why I'd see someone doing that card is either being a Sheffield United fan or like wanting to experiment with new players. So for me
Or if you're
personally,
Bateson.
yeah, if you've got like a bunch of coins and whatnot, liquid. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Tom, as well?
Yeah, I think I agree that it's not as good as last year. And I think this is the issue we're having. Last year, gameplay-wise, wasn't good at all. And I
Yeah.
think menu-wise was okay at times. But I have to say, on the majority, I think the menu stuff this year has probably been better. But this promo and probably the last one, like Team of the Year as well, I don't think it was that great when they had so many things they could have done and they've not. I personally, for example, I quite like that Liga no Sky. I think it's pretty cool in the fact that it's a new league. And I think it's not this big meta, like, oh, it's not from the Prem, it's not from the Bundesliga, like the Ryan Brewster. And admittedly, that's come out because there was a vote on Twitter and English Striker won, right?
No
But
one wanted that.
I don't think anyone voted thinking it was going to be a Ryan Brewster card. I don't think anyone voted expecting it to be like a 400k SBC. And I think that's kind of why I like the Portuguese guy, because he's like 140k, 150k. A pretty cool looking card, and it's also you've got the option. I love when they give the option to that. One thing that's a stinker is obviously you're missing out on a card, but at the end of the day, for like 150k to get that guy who is basically, by the way, Inform Renato Sanchez, or to get the guy who's basically Flashback Ronaldo for like half the price. Like, it's sick.
Yeah.
I love that kind of concept, but that's overshadowed. Oh yeah, all right, bet. But that kind of concept, I think, gets ruined when you surround it with expensive SBCs that are like, again, like the Sabitzer from Team of the Year. What the hell was that? That was like 500k.
Round that up from the Pentfez's reaction. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
It's
It's so funny, man. But it's just stupid. Like that they get some things right, but it gets so overshadowed by the amount of stuff they do wrong because they do so much more wrong.
Do so much wrong.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, they honestly, like, player picks. Everyone loves player picks. Where the hell were player
Just
picks during Team of the
content.
Year?
It's fun.
Yeah, like
exactly.
the picks we've got now. If they were out during Team of the Year, I guarantee you, A, more would have been packed, which is probably why they didn't release them. But B, also, but B, it's like people would have actually done that actively, like. And been happy that those had come out and done a lot of those.
And
It's
the
not
thing
hard.
is, sorry to butt in.
No, not at all.
And the thing is that they would make a lot more money if them player picks are out during that time as well.
Yeah.
Because people would want to have obviously done the promos, flooded their clubs with more players to then recycle into these SBCs.
Yeah.
So therefore, they would have made more money over that amount of time.
It baffles me,
Yeah.
a company that's so money grabbing. Like, it's said often, and that's because it's true. Like, they really are a money grabbing company. We all know that. At times, they are so poor with their marketing that there's a chance for them to be a bit money grabby, but actually people wouldn't mind so much because it's like, well, actually, we're getting something good back from this.
Getting something that we can actually use
Yeah.
and feel privileged to have on
Exactly.
the game.
Instead of like, oh, sweet, Prime God player packs for
I don't
10
I
minutes.
don't understand when Team of the Year, it's one of the biggest promos apart from Team of the Season, but they're putting player picks in promos like headliners and future stars. Why don't you normally focus your most vocal point in SBCs, such as player picks, the upgrades, stuff like that, that you can recycle and people do every day? I've done 50 so far. I've got all right, but nothing mental. But I've done 50 of them, and it's like if you had them in Team of the Year, you would have so many more people playing the game at that point.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people on social media say they just had enough of the game because even the biggest promos just don't care about. If we look at last year during Team of the Year, they had custom animations. They had at the end of when you got a walkout, you had like a rope come out. It was all like they were in suits and everything like that. It was just really cool. This year they've just changed it from a Champions League card basically to the same card they had last year with a bit of Team of the Season gold in it. Like I don't get it. I just don't understand where they're thinking.
It's basically copy and paste with just like different colours.
Yeah, if the game's going forward every year,
it's laziness.
and the way technology is, you think they're going to advance it every year, but it's going backwards. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's not even going backwards. It's staying the same. Like these flashback cards and stuff, they're all really cool cards. Like the Rooney, for example, I think it's a really cool concept. But
amazing card.
How many of those cards that we see that get special cards this year are like flashbacks or whatever, or moments cards, and they're literally copies and pastes of cards we've had in previous
like
features.
Flashback Witzel. Why is that out again?
Like there was all of this stuff. They've already had those cards. We've already seen that. There's no new thought process. I'm all down for being like, oh, do you remember when Butland was really cool? Or do you remember when this card was really cool? Okay, great. But you don't have to give us the exact same card. You can add a little bit of it being this is still a unique card to this game. Otherwise, it just gets tedious. It just gets boring. And I think that's the issue. So many people are getting bored of FIFA earlier and earlier every year.
Yeah, I mean, I've had
less to play for.
Yeah, I've had half my friends quit on FIFA recently, just because of how the gameplay is and how stressful it is, and
don't blame them.
With the dynamic gameplay behind it, it just makes it physically impossible for like someone to, with a normal standpoint that doesn't stream it or doesn't do content for it. Like the casuals, it's tough for them because, like, if they want to enjoy the game and the gameplay is just horrendous, like how are they supposed to keep the momentum of them going? Like obviously I used to play 2 accounts a weekend because I was an absolute nutcase, and now I'm just down to the one because it is boring. As a FIFA content creator, it's boring doing the same old stuff over and over again. I want new stuff to obviously come out so I can benefit myself, benefit the channel. I want to see content creators taking like SBCs and whatnot to like next levels to like be able to develop what they can going forward.
Yeah. One thing I do miss on FIFA, right? One thing I wish they kept in is you remember on FIFA 17 or 18, I think, when Foot Champs was first announced.
Yeah,
in the end of like the FIFAs or the promos in them, you had to qualify through tournaments. Like playing, and if you qualified, you got like I think it was Movember. At a certain point, you got like a Movember Marquinhos or something for winning it. Things like that, like tournaments to play within the game mode, like to get a card. That would be incredible. Because one, it used to be quite challenging. You used to play it over and over again to try to get it. And two, it's just an incentive to play. Like during the weekend of rivals, you just have to try to get a rank. What is that? Like, yes, it's like seasons where we go through divisions, but imagine a card at the end of playing something. It's just how it's next gen. We've gone forward in time where technology is supposed to advance, and we're just losing so many little things that could keep the game going.
No,
and
definitely.
Like, I just don't get it. It just freaks me out.
I think a big part of it, honestly, is that those ways of going forward for the community and us going, these are all things that you could add and help improve your game and help the community. That's the issue. It doesn't help EA. In their eyes, they don't gain anything from giving us free cards, from giving us free stuff. Like, again, like Shane said about being content creators and stuff, how many times do you hear like, oh, aren't EA going to give us, the those free packs for like signing in and stuff, or when are we going to get this, or are EA going to give us this? The answer is nearly always no. EA are not going to give us anything.
You used to get packs to sign into the web app, didn't you?
Yeah. It used to be
you don't get that anymore.
Like the first 2-3 weeks of the game cycle, like with like a week or two of them being before the game came out, so when it was just the web app, you'd get daily login bonuses. You don't get anything now. I logged into it every day in the hope that they'd change anything, and they didn't. They don't add anything to it because, again, they don't benefit from us getting free stuff from the game, and that's becoming more and more evident that they don't get anything from being like, oh, thanks for playing our game, have this. They don't do that anymore.
2025 FIFA, it's going to be have to pay 70 quid FIFA points just to get onto the servers every time you log in.
Yeah, you have to pay instead of 2,000 points, you'll have to pay like 20 quid to play foot
It's
champs.
like you have to go through what's it called? All them things you got to go through. A toll. You got to pay a toll fee to get into
We
FIFA.
should probably not say this. All we're going to do is give EA ideas.
Yeah, they're going to watch this.
Oh god.
Credit us.
Yeah, cheers, EA. Thanks.
Subs.
Thanks for that. It's it's tricky, man. It's in a bad spot, FIFA right now, because more and more people are coming in saying, sorry, I don't really play FIFA that much anymore. And that's like often. That's a lot of people.
Biggest football game as well.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest franchises in the world.
It's
They're
crazy.
losing so many people.
That's the thing. Like, if PES was decently run, I reckon PES would have more players over there. To be honest, because it's not a pay-to-win aspect over there, realistically.
No.
I think
played
PES is
for a
run
bit.
okay. I just don't think the game's very good.
The
That, for me,
animations
is
are a
the
bit
issue.
confusing.
Like, I think the game itself, the way they run the game, I think is actually pretty good. But I don't think Konami have made a particularly good football game. That's in my opinion. I know I'll get a lot of hate from anyone who plays PES that watches this, but I don't think it's that good of a game.
Yeah.
That's the issue for me. But
It's where
then
they
again,
run.
all we do is complain about gameplay on FIFA as well, to be fair. So maybe I'm being a bit critical there.
I just can't play PES because of the way they run.
I get that, actually. I do get it. Feels
They
very
all
like
run like they've
arcade-like,
been
doesn't
Vindaloo.
it?
They've all run like they've had a really hot curry the night before. Like, all of them.
Yeah, true.
I think when I played PES Ultimate Team when I streamed it for a bit, I was really confused with it because it's called like My Club or something. But
Yeah.
it's like chemistry is an aspect on it, but I was so confused because it's like you get these balls that you open like packs and stuff, and it is quite incentive. Like I think there was one point where Bateson was playing it every day and it was uploaded to his Bateson PES channel,
Yeah.
and that's when I started getting into it because you kind of as a small content creator at that time, I think I was 18 or something. Like you do watch your favorite streamers at that point, and you do kind of do what they do because you want to just experiment and see what they're saying is true.
Yeah.
As I guess that is how product and marketing works. But if PES was to go forward, like I get what they're doing, but the one thing they've lost is their uniqueness to the European competitions. And you used to have like a Champions League game mode, a Europa League game mode.
Yeah.
Because when I played it, I was like, oh, I got Europa League and Champions League. That's sick. We don't have that on FIFA. Well, now we've got it, but then we're losing teams on FIFA as well. So it's like it's just we're going to lose like Man United, Man City next. It's called like Man Blue and Man Red. It's gonna be like...
it's really weird for me. It again shows that EA are off the ball with it a little bit. The fact that they're able and willing to let, like, even if you, I know I'm going to get hate for just singling it out like this, but to let the team that Cristiano Ronaldo plays for
that's what
lose the licensing. Like, that's ridiculous. To lose the licensing for Juventus... Okay, you can say Roma's a smaller team, whatever, but to lose licensing for any teams is ridiculous. And one of the best players in the world, to not be able to have his actual club in the game...
The best player in the world.
Okay. The...
Come at me.
Best player in the world. It's daft. It's ridiculous to me. How can you let Ronaldo not be actual Ronaldo? Do you know what I mean? That's daft.
Yeah. I think it's just... It is a bit confusing. I think even like the inform cards look a bit meh. Like just the white shirts.
Yeah.
It's just a bit confusing. I just don't get it. Is Shane like that?
I was just about to say, have we lost Shane?
we
been
can
talking.
edit it. Like, Shane's just stopped.
What?
Who are you with?
Sky.
Well done, Sky.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Sky. Thanks for that. Ruin
yeah,
my
listen,
podcast.
I'll be sending him an invoice.
Good job.
Oh man,
Don't be
nah, it's all good. It's all good. I don't know what you would have missed out on. We were just complaining about the fact that EA lost the licensing to clubs and stuff.
What did you hear last?
I think it
Great.
was you waffling about PES. I'm not gonna lie, it was you waffling about PES.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, to be fair, that's pretty much what we talked about when you were gone. So,
Yeah,
nah,
okay.
I think it's just frustrating. I think that's the be and end all of that bit. It's just that it's annoying that FIFA's only competition can't really compete, even when FIFA are doing badly.
Yeah.
It's daft.
I mean, the Flashback Ronaldo, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I said this to you the other day on the stream. I typed it, and like the end of view of Rooney and stuff like that. And I think this Flashback Ronaldo is different to other flashbacks because Ronaldo's still playing. Like, if you've got the Robin, yeah, cool. Robin's coming to the end of his career. He's going to probably retire in a couple of years. So, obviously, Ronaldo's still at his peak performance. He's like top of his game, should we say, still scoring goals like he is. I think this Flashback Ronaldo, the way they do them flashbacks, because I think the card design is a bit different. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it looks a bit different. They should have linked it to like players he's played with, if you know what I mean. So old Man United teammates like that. It could link with that Rooney.
Yeah, it would have been
link
nice
with
for a Premier League version.
Yeah, it's just like, why can't they change the team that it's for? Like, if it's linked for a flashback, like why can't you have like the old AIG Man United kit and then the Man United badge and then like that?
The only thing I think it is licensing. That's the only thing I think that's the issue.
Oh yeah, true.
Although I still think that it would be awesome to add, and I think it's still something they should consider because of how, like you say, that there is like being able to make your ultimate team. That is literally everything that we talk about with it. The ability to put any player with any player. But we can't do that. You have to link people.
So many ideas here. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Listen up.
That's exactly the point. Like, obviously, it's supposed to be your ultimate team. But you've got to choose specific clubs to get certain chemistry. Like, let all players link with each other and be on 100 chemistry. You know, they've removed squad fitnesses, which is a bonus. But, like, the link system to, say, for example, this Dybala card that links to Ronaldo. Like, you should be able to link Ronaldo with, I don't know, a Richarlison, for example. You know, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to worry about obviously chemistry links and all that. It should be your ultimate team.
No, yeah, I do understand that, but I feel like some people are so picky that they like to see all the lines and like to link players. I feel like some people would not like that. I understand what you're saying because, as a point of interest, like, because I reckon they will introduce it. Because if you go on to like see your mates' friends, they've got no chemistry in there. That might be why they've done that this year to actually see how that would look. Maybe you don't know, but that could be a good point. I think that could work. But personally, I think for me, the whole point of having ultimate team the chemistry would just defeat the object of it. Maybe they could do maybe a max chemistry side to it, like they do. Obviously, in objectives, that's maybe why they've got it.
Like a separate sort of like game mode sort of thing.
And they should have, like when they used to have on the old FIFA. I think FIFA 13 they had like seasons and then just like online. They still got that now, but have like the side for non-competitive and non-people that want to play champs. Like division.
Well, that's the thing, ain't it? Like friendlies and all that is all matchmaking.
Skill based.
So if you're in Div 1, you're facing Div 1 players. Same with draft.
Hate draft.
It defies the objective of trying to have fun on the
Especially
game.
Marvel's
you know,
draft.
like back in recent FIFAs, you were able to play with like silver cards in like the higher divisions.
Yeah.
You know, like the Abarbo, the Javinho, and all that. Yeah, and now you can't do that. Everything is so competitive at a high level.
Don't have Mendy and Varane, you lose. Let's just say that.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't have a meta team, you're going to get battered, regardless. I mean, there are players out there that can use like non-meta and just have like a load of fun and still smash like the top 100, top 200. But I just feel like it's defying the objective of trying to enjoy the game at a competitive level to a casual level.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. There's no in between. There is no middle ground. Like you say, everything is skill based, which is pointless.
Yeah.
Like there's the whole point for me of friendlies is that it's a non-competitive game mode, and I guess part of the issue there is that you're now rewarded for playing friendlies, whether you're doing an objective, whether you're doing an SBC. Well, not an SBC. That doesn't make sense. But if whatever you're doing. Every single game mode, there is some reward to be gained from doing it. I don't know about you guys. I don't play friendlies unless I'm trying to unlock a player or I've got objectives to do or whatever.
I don't even unlock players. So I don't even play friendlies.
Like, there's no point to playing it otherwise. So the only reason really you play friendlies is to accomplish something, and they've made that competitive. Div Rivals, people sweat Div Rivals just as much as they do champs because they want their points, they want their rank 1, they want their rank 2, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like Shane said, if you're in Div 1, I literally, today I've made the decision, I've dropped myself from Div 1 to Div 3 because I think I'm good enough to stay in Div 1, I can play in that, and I've managed to stay in there with whatever, and it's my team down to that, probably a part of it. But, realistically, I can play comfortably in Div 3. I've played 3 games on friendlies for Div 3 for some objectives, and I just smashed it. Like, I didn't have to play particularly, like, try-hardy, I just played it casually. Admittedly, I've dropped below my quote-unquote skill level, but it shouldn't be the case that I have to drop out of the division that I'm meant to be, like, matching against people of my quote-unquote ability. I'm doing that a lot. I'm going to shut up about that now. But my ability, right? To just have fun playing the game. I shouldn't be forced to go down into a lower division just to be like, you know what, this is casual. I can just have fun doing this. This isn't, like, stress or whatever. I can just play this casually. And that's the issue. I want to play this game for fun. Even as a content creator, I want to be able to play this casually because I have way more fun playing the game casually than I do trying to sweat and try. It's why I don't do champs on the stream, because A, my internet can't deal with it, but B, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy having to be like, I've got to try my best to do every game. Yeah, that too, 100%.
You want to have that free flow conversation and just have fun on your stream. And if you're losing in champs, like I did last weekend, and I was playing all right, and then one game, the game just absolutely does you over.
Yeah.
I just ended my stream. So I was like, I'm just not enjoying playing this. Like, I had a point where I couldn't play champs on stream, but then I could. And I do hit 22 and 8 if I play on the stream and I play the best, because I can't hit 23, which I can't do anything about that. But it's like, it's just, as a streamer and a content creator, you want the most from the game. At the moment, you can say we got that because of player picks, and that's literally a small thing in the game, and we're just, as a streamer, that can keep you going for hours if you just grind that out, and people enjoy that because you can get pulls and picks and stuff like that. But when that isn't in the game, like, sorry to go back to Team of the Year again, but them upgrade packs were out for ages, and you had to rinse your whole club out for like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like, where the player picks, I know common players are as hard to come through this year because obviously you have to grind through bronzes to get silvers and silvers to get golds, or other stuff. If you don't spend money in the game like yourself, Tom and Shane, I do spend money sometimes, but I've took my credit card off of my PS, so I cannot do it anymore. But yeah, it's just that aspect. It's a grind, and sometimes you just don't get rewarded. And so content creators, you take such a long time to do it. Like, even you save packs from Black Friday, right? It took you over 1,000 packs to get a Team of the Year.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. 1,000 packs.
Nah, it's ridiculous.
Like, got one, though.
Well, yeah, thanks. Sorry, guys. Love you. Love you all. But one thing, actually, talking about Packway and everything, something that PES do that we don't get on FIFA, and this is when I played it a few years ago, that little time where, like, everyone jumped over to PES and was trying it out. They showed that your pack weight, your pack probability of getting someone good, because it was like a gold ball and then a black ball, right? And a black ball is like a special player or whatever. It showed exactly the probabilities, and every time you opened a pack and didn't get a black ball player, so like someone who was like a better player, it improved the odds, right? So even if it's like 1%, so it was like, oh, you got a 20% chance of packing like a good player here. Oh, you didn't get one in the last 2? Okay, now it's 22%. Like, it went up slowly, and then when you got it, it went back to the usual rates. Do you think that's something that, firstly, do you think it should be added? Secondly, do you think it's something we'll ever see in FIFA? Because personally, I think something like that should be added. I think it's more than, like, suitable to go, oh, you know, you've opened 1,000 packs. You know, let's say halfway through that, I've opened a bunch of pretty good packs, and they go, you know what, your chances should be above this 0.001%. We're going to up it to about 1%, which is still crazy low.
That would be as high as it goes.
But do you know what I mean? Like, it means that you've actually got half a chance. If I'm sat there with 500 packs left, knowing that I've got 1% chance instead of 0.001% chance, I feel a lot better about it, because technically, mathematically, odds are then in my favour a little bit. But it shouldn't be that somebody can open X amount of packs and have the same luck throughout it, and that luck is poor. It shouldn't be that you can go through, like you said, 1,000 packs. That includes ultimates, 100Ks, you know, 50s, 55s, 35, whatever, and not get anything above. I think the best I got before that was like, I can't remember.
Salah, right?
I think I got a Mane. I think that was it.
Like, you didn't even have a chance of like packing like what was it, like Neymar or Messi as an example.
No, and like it's not even like I got good stuff that weren't Team of the Seasons or Team of the Year. Sorry, I really didn't get much at all. And it shouldn't be that everyone's pack luck is combined into one big ball. It should be that individual accounts, it can base, oh, you've opened X amount of packs, so your luck is going to increase a little bit because you've not had anything good in a while. Because realistically, then everyone's in the same position rather than going, oh, okay, that account's opened 1,000, whereas this account's opened 3, so they're going to get the same level of pack weight because, 1,003 packs have been opened instead of just an average of like 500. It doesn't quite add up to me. I think they should add a probability thing, and it should be that the more packs you get through. And I'm not trying to say that to encourage, buying FIFA points, but like you can do 2-player packs, you can do the player picks like James has talked about. You could have done those league packs. Again, say you've gone through 50 of those, and the best you've got's a board. Realistically, after a while,
what else have you got?
Yeah. Realistically, after a while, surely you think there should be some sort of mechanism to say they've not had anything good from these in X amount of time, so the weight gets slightly increased. I'm not asking for it to, to go crazy high, like 50% chance.
We don't want a 99 Ronaldo. We just want something so we can show it off a bit. Like, I've got a friend who doesn't even play champs. You've got a Bruno Fernandes, a Jesus Navas, and a Mobley. I'm looking at you, Callum. Yeah, you. Yeah, you got all of them. And I opened over 1,000 packs, and the best I got was an O-Black.
Yeah. It is meaningful.
And when you stream 4 to 5 hours a night, every pack that you don't even get a board, it's like it knocks you a bit out. And like, I know it can be sad. It can be sad because it's only a game, which I understand. But as a content creator, you want to create the best content possible. And after streaming it from Thursday to Friday, of getting no team of the years, on every single day I open packs and stuff, you sit there and you think, well, that stream wasn't great because I didn't get anything. Yeah. And like you see these people that can spend thousands and hundred thousands of monies on this game, should I say, and they will get players because I open them, but like you'll think, oh, this ain't fair, but they'll get so much because I opened so many packs. Like Castro, for example, he's done bits for himself, like, he deserves it. Yeah. But it's just like he's able to put all that money in the game, and he only still packed 5. And Manny put 2 million FIFA points, opened 1 million and got nothing. Yeah. That's mental. That's as much as I think someone will earn in about 5 years worth of FIFA points.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They've got the financial backing to obviously put the money into the game. So obviously,
if I could, I would.
It's going to be an advantage to them more than it will be for like someone like ourselves. Because we're not out there earning like thousands of pounds per stream, whereas they'll make it in like 20-30 minutes. Streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, so one day hopefully.
Therefore, they're using it as an investment, and they're getting the money back for it because they're able to provide that content.
Yeah, that's one thing where I think people who are casuals don't understand the whole point of pay to win. Like I know this game is pay to win; it's frustrating, but when you've got people that are bringing in an income from playing FIFA and streaming, they will put that money back into what their job is.
Yeah,
it's as if like say you're a carpenter and you've got to get certain tools and a van and all this other stuff. Content such as opening packs and stuff, that is their job. So that is why they would spend that time doing that. And even if you think of it as if you didn't pack a team of the year in that, you've got so much like stuff within your clubs, you can complete the SBCs, they make videos and get money back of that way. So they're guaranteed always getting something back if they don't get the best possible.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah, I just think that's something that people need to take into account, really.
Yeah. 100%. And as much as I will sit there and say, I don't buy FIFA points, I don't plan on buying FIFA points, whatever else. If I was in that position, I would buy FIFA points, and I know that it would be like again, when I first started streaming, I was in a full-time job. I'd buy FIFA points for the streams and stuff. We'd do pack openings and whatever, and that was the content. And okay, in that situation, I wasn't necessarily making the money back for it, but I knew that I was financially able to do so, and I would, that's the content I want to put out there. People are like, oh, can you open packs? Are you able to open packs? And I'd be like, okay, yeah, I can. So I'll do that. If I was in their position, 100% I'd buy FIFA points and do it. Because again, like James has just said, that is an investment. Like Shane said, that is my job and I know I can earn that back. Like it is about putting, weighing it up and saying, okay, is this worth it to me? If you buy FIFA points with your income, whatever you want to do with it, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you not to. Yeah, you do what you want to do. It's your money. You spend it how you want, 100%. Yeah. For me personally, I can't justify it. If I could justify it, my God, yes, I would justify it. And yes, I'd buy FIFA points. Because again, the content-wise, you're laughing. Like James said, you can make an entire stream out of just rinse, repeat, and 81 plus picks. And if I've got enough stuff in my club because of a pack opening I did, the day before, I can do an entire stream of just rinse, repeating those picks. and people would love to watch it. People want to see player picks. It's as simple as that. It's just as simple as people watch the content they want to watch, and a lot of the content, sadly, involves spending money or coins.
Yeah, or just general pack openings. Like, obviously, they want to see packs be opened. Like, I've noticed that with like majority of the community, that majority of them only want to see packs. You know,
once you go off menus, go into gameplay, I see a lot of people just
you start either
off.
decreasing numbers, or they'll progress to another streamer where he's opening, say for instance, 24k, and they'll just sit there for the pack opening. They're not going to sit there and interact with you. They're literally
They're
there
for the packs.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes, as I've said in the past, like some people, which this just isn't like me criticizing viewers, because we all love our viewers. I don't think that,
exactly.
but sometimes people forget that we are people who spend our hours preparing streams. Like if he was to do player picks in a day, like Tom does, say all them packs and stuff, he spent days, weeks, months, obviously not opening them. And people like in the chat are like saying, do this, do that. And people forget that we have our own feelings, you know what I mean? Like people just like to put their word out there and don't think
it's not so much
streamers.
feelings, it's our own like certain targets or milestones that we want to achieve. As Tom said, he was saving 1,000 packs for Team of the Year. So therefore he's not going to open packs before then. Yeah, he may do bronze and silver pack method just to like farm up his club, but he's not going to go out there and open a 100k pack for nothing, you know.
Yeah.
Like he wants the possibility of, you know, having to try and pack a Team of the Year. And as he quoted earlier, he opened over 1,000 packs, which is ridiculous. That is a lot. You know, like we've done the calculations for how much in value he had saved up, and that was about 8.5 million coins worth of packs.
That was just like the first 500 or so, wasn't it? Yeah, that was before rinse repeating them into other things. Because that first 1,000 where I got nothing, that was about 8.5 grand's worth of. No, what was it? It was
It was 8.5 million coins worth, which was in total about just over £1,000.
Yeah, and like to get nothing, like that's crazy.
Like, could you imagine spending £1,000 on FIFA points and then getting that exact result?
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't do that.
It would just be like you'd sit there afterwards and you'd be like, "Well, my money back."
Yeah, yeah.
It's in that EA's pocket.
Exactly, it's crazy.
It just highlights what we're speaking about. Is that as a content creator that streams the game most days, how negative it still is, and we still play it.
Yeah.
I want to become better at the game, but as I said, I mentioned this earlier about the gameplay mechanics. If the gameplay mechanics were all right, and there wasn't like such things as meta rebounds, you know, abusive skill moves and whatnot, it would be a lot more enjoyable, and it would make me possibly become a better player going forward. But because of these like dynamics and whatnot in the game, it just ruins the fun. You know, I get very angry at Weekend League.
What?
Like,
nah. Sure, Shane.
I don't see it.
It's just the same person on the podcast.
I'm very toxic when it comes to Weekend League. If I lose a game that I know that I deserve to win, I get very toxic. But obviously, I don't mean it as a bad demeanor. You know, I am a nice guy. I don't mean to be a quote unquote plum. But
or worse.
Yeah. But,
I'm proud he kept that PG. That was quite impressive, actually.
Yeah, as I said,
can we get some claps in the comments for Shane? That. Thank you.
Outrageous.
I'd say I'd add that in post, but I'd probably forget.
Yeah. But I think the game can be fun. I think, say when you're having a banging stream where everyone's interacting with you and there's certain things you can do that can make the game fun. Say if you are playing well and you have a good weekend, it could be 1 out of 40 weekends of FIFA. You will have fun.
Yeah.
Gaming is fun, but you need to have the right people around you and the right mindset and the right things happen. Because some weekends a game, personally for me, I do weekend league on a weekend because it's something to give me to do, and you can get crap in it. That's probably a swore, Jesus. But I find it fun. Like I find it fun at some points. But when you go on a losing streak, or like if you're playing a game, you're 2-0 up, right? Person scores 2-1. Person probably has a name, but person. Goes 2-1, you know they're going to score again because the way the game switches, you can't tackle him, you can't do anything right. It's just the way the game goes, and that shouldn't happen. In a real football game, you're 2-0 up in the 80th minute. Unless something horribly goes wrong, you're never going to concede. You're going to see it out. You're going to be able to defend it. Whereas you just feel unable to do anything, and it makes your players feel like 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
Not that there ain't any good 4-year-old footballers out there, but generally from as a coach as well, when you coach people, like they're generally not great at that age. Like I don't know why I'm bringing 4-year-olds into FIFA, but you know what I mean. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
This is such a good analogy. I love it.
Analogy.
Keep explaining. Please talk more about the 4-year-old footballers, James.
I mean, you know, like 4 footballers, some of them could be good, some of them could be crap. But yeah, I don't know. It's just it tickles my buttons. Considering last year, I didn't play this game at all in this time. Tickles my buttons. It push my buttons. But,
that is my new favourite. It tickles my buttons.
You got to say that now.
Man.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like
That's going in the title.
Someone that didn't play the game at all until Team of the Season last year. I played it all through this year, and I can understand how stress-free my life was at this point last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like, obviously, I'm a father behind like the camera, like so when I do stream, it's like a relaxation for where I should be, you know, interacting with other people that I never thought I'd meet online. You know, I didn't think I'd meet you two personally.
Well, I didn't know you.
Exactly.
And then obviously,
like coming from
Just happened.
somewhere where I wasn't really like, you know, out there as a person, to then like have the courage to like get to know people and meet people online. And, like obviously showing face. Like I was nervous at first when I first done my face reveal. Like I was hella nervous. So obviously I'm glad that I've met some people along the way, and obviously making this as enjoyable as it is. You know, like,
yeah.
Not many people out there are that comfortable with like sharing their face. You know, streaming. Like I get questions now and again, like, "Oh, should I stream? Should I do this? Should I do that?" Do what makes you happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
You have one
Obviously-
life. You have one shot.
exactly.
If you want to sit inside and stream, don't let people that think, "Oh, you're streaming, you're sad. You should be outside making friends." You can make friends. I wholeheartedly think this, right? From my experience of talking to people online that you'll meet and you'll speak to, 100% will be nicer than people you will meet in person.
Yeah,
I don't know
100%.
why that's a thing, because obviously you're friends in real life, you take the piss out of each other and you have a laugh and all that kind of stuff. That's how it is. But when you meet people online, it's just a certain feeling and a blessing that you'll meet people online, and then people will stay with you because it's easy to contact people online.
Exactly.
With the way the world's going at the moment, it just is a thing. I've met you two. I've met obviously all the TPC people, all my viewers. That we've ended up just having a community that mashes together, and it's just something you can see from even with smaller streamers, as you would as a sub count and all people that are viewers aside. People like, say if I pop into Tom's chat, people go, "Oh, JBates or James." Like that makes me smile because knowing that people know who you are and like you're safe in them places.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I think some people that hate on streamers don't understand. Like people like, I just don't get it. Like if they come into a chat and like, "Oh, you've only got mods watching," or "You only have 4 viewers." Like, it's 4 viewers more than you. Like,
Well, yeah, to say to some aspect, like obviously because we all stream at different times, you know, we might have the same viewer base, you know, because we're all surrounded in this like small circle, so we do have this similar amount of viewers like that come in, watch us, and obviously they try and spread their like viewership across all like 3 channels and whatnot. Obviously, I'm just meaning us 3, but yeah. I totally agree with you. Like, obviously, talking with like these people online, it makes you feel happy. Meeting new people makes you feel happy. Yeah, you get certain haters that want to see you fail and whatnot. Just ignore them. Like, honestly, just you're better off without them. You're gonna enjoy what you're doing at the end of the day.
if you're not getting hate during something, you're not doing it right at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%
that's sad. That's sad that that's true, isn't it? It's sad that
Yeah.
that is thing. But I agree. It's that community aspect. I think it's amazing, and I think the people that hate on it don't understand.
But the thing is that
what
they're
it
a
is.
minority,
Yeah,
and everyone else would just shut them out.
yeah.
Once they can't have their fun and they realise that it's not working, then they go to someone else, which is awful because you've got that person that probably sits there all night and goes to multiple streams to end up getting banned, but they want to do and be an arse. But at the end of the day, you've got to think that you're doing something you love, they're doing something they love in a bad way, but just let them have it because at the end of the day they're sad.
No, I mean, there's no disagreement there.
It's just like. But as a streamer's perspective, from doing streaming, I know I've always been inconsistent with my stream, but I would say that I'm more than back now. I have a schedule and I know when I'm live, obviously. You guys should check me out. It is JBates on Twitch, 7 PM. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that having a schedule, and at the moment anyway, in this climate, having a schedule, knowing you're going to stream, doing your stuff that makes you happy, you go to bed at night knowing you've been a bit productive.
Yeah.
And it just does make you feel good about yourself, I guess. So
I agree, 100%.
that's my standpoint on it. And from your point as well, Tom, obviously when you stream, you can see the community you've built and all the hard work, because you go live and in 4 minutes you've got 70 people watching you. So like that's just incredible. Like it's nice to see from knowing you from a long time,
Yeah,
knowing that we've gone from you streaming at 3 AM, where we was doing champs in that stream, to where you are now, and it's just like, I don't know, as a friend, it's just nice to see, and hopefully all
it's
this
a blessing.
stuff's over. We can all do a video in person.
This is what motivates us, because we want to be at that stage. So therefore, we see Tom as a higher aspect to us.
No,
Hear me out.
It's like a family tree at the top.
Because you used to have, what, 20, 30 viewer streams, and obviously you've peaked very highly at the moment, and we cannot wait to see you grow like even more. Like realistically, we want to see you have like, what, 500 to 1,000 viewers per stream. Like that's where we want to see you. But as you said, it's a long process. You want to make it your career or your job. So like you having the dedication and the hard work behind it, like you post our videos 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was gonna say 8 days a week, but that's not right.
Stream 6 days a week as well. So like having that dedication, like I physically can't do that. I ain't got the motivation and whatnot. This is why I stream at the moment. But like having that motivation and that dedication, like you deserve to have that viewership. You deserve to have everything that you've succeeded so far. So I use that as motivation for myself. You know, like when you stream, it makes me happy as well. Like seeing like my friend group doing what they love and enjoy day in, day out. Like it's just such a, what's the word? Humble feeling. To like
I'm
some extent.
I'm glad you two can't see me. I'm glad I'm not in the Discord right now. I'm just like here blushing. Well, thank you, boys. I appreciate it.
I mean every word.
When you think, even outside of us and everybody, like when you think of streamers and also video creators, like, so much time goes into it, and that's what people don't understand. Like, and also with viewers as well, a streamer is someone's vocal point to go to and just watch. Because if you think of it, say someone can't afford Netflix or they don't really spend time with their family to watch Sky, you'll have so many people that go and watch like things with them that they'll use that as a platform to forget things. Because at the moment the world is very negative, isn't it? So people might use your streams, my streams, Shane's streams, anybody's streams to just tone out a bit and just enjoy and have fun. As a streamer, that's really nice. When people say, the best feeling for me as a streamer is when you're playing and someone might say I'm lurking, which is cool. Lurkers help as well. Like lurkers are amazing. When they're saying I've got your stream in the background while I'm just chilling, that's like your notion in their life while you're there, and that's just 100%. Really nice.
I don't think people realise how much lurkers are appreciated. Like, it really does make a huge difference. And like you say, just having people that actively, again, one thing that baffles me, one thing that I sit there and like Shane said, like brings a smile to my face, is knowing that like your daily routine either includes watching a streamer, or like someone's going live, or this person's going to do this morning, or you've got an upload to look forward to, or knowing that people have that same feeling potentially when you're doing your stuff. Like obviously I've got my notice on for you guys, for other people, whatever, knowing when you guys are going to go live, knowing what's going on, knowing that stuff's going to come out at a certain point. I look forward to that. That's part of my day watching, James lose at marbles. Part of my day watching.
I won quite a few last
You did win quite a few yesterday. Seb can get out of it as well.
Don't ever do them.
True Mover got mugged off, mate. I'm not having that. But like, and knowing that you guys are doing your thing, I love that being part of my daily routine. I love the fact that there are also people that have our streams as part of their routine, and it's I don't know, like you said, it's humbling. Like you sit there and you think about it, you think that's actually crazy. Like that's actually mad that's.
You just got to think of it from our aspect as well. We're still small streamers and we have the support we do. Obviously, we want to keep going forward and progressing. If we do end up making it to somewhat way that we can make this our full-time job, or just a point where we can financially be back to do more than we can right now. So I'd love to upgrade my setup more than I can. I'd love to get a new desk, because this desk is I love this desk. It's glass. That's why I don't like it, because I'm going to break it one day probably from hitting my controller on it.
Yeah.
It's got scratches over it. I'd love to just do things like that, like to earn
That's
enough
the
money in
thing,
the
like,
future to just upgrade things, or just even give stuff back to my parents for supporting me. Like
Yeah.
my mum
Yeah.
and dad didn't really get it, and now my dad's been on streams and he understands it. He spoke to me like I'll try to speak to him about the followers that I gain, or like SBCs on FIFA, because it's just a topic of conversation I enjoy, and he likes seeing me have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's now understanding what SBC means. Like Bo even understands what it means now, because she watches my streams. I don't know why she watches every single one. She doesn't need to. I love her for it. I know Abby watches your streams, and Claire comes in now and again to Tom's streams, which is really cool. I think it's just cool to have that that feeling of
Yeah.
having a partner that
Supporting
appreciates.
that,
And like
Yeah.
she said to me before, she says like, I don't know why I'm bringing Bo into this podcast. If you're watching this, welcome.
Hi, Bo.
But no, like she says to me, like, there's so many people out there that won't watch you. Like, obviously that sounds mean the way she said it, but let's say it that way. But like her side from watching it, like so many girls that wouldn't pay an interest. And when you've got someone paying that interest, it's really nice. Makes you feel warm. I don't know why I was leaning on the mic there. It must have been really loud. Apologise, everyone.
I feel warm.
I need to figure out myself, and I keep doing this and all that. Like I'm dodging.
No, I get you. I get you.
I think this podcast has just been a very loving, humbling thing. So if you guys are people that watch us, we do honestly appreciate you so much.
We do.
Like we really do.
100%.
And if anyone ever needs anything in these times, we'll always be there. Even in streams, off streams, we're always everywhere. If you guys need anyone, honestly. Because we will say this in our first one. But obviously, I didn't introduce the name. If you guys are wondering why we call the JTS podcast, James, Tom, Shane, simple. There you go.
45 minutes in, we're explaining what we're doing, boys.
I came up with it, so
Yeah, Shane came out with it, and it's got the graphics. So shout out to you, Tracks Design on Twitter. He's actually incredible. Done it in like
Yes,
2 hours, which is mental. He's so good at graphics, unbelievable. If you guys need any graphics, make sure to head over to him. Much appreciated, people.
link in the description.
Yeah, I think these will be weekly uploads every day. We're still gonna figure out what days and stuff, but
Yeah. We just gotta fit around each other's schedules and whatnot. So.
yeah. But hopefully this is something that will be frequent and become somewhat consistent, because I do enjoy speaking to you guys. Yeah, I do. This will be. I'll do a JBates weekly routine video.
Yes.
That would be boring. That's been me getting out of bed at 12 after being in a lecture.
No, I don't watch it.
But no, you know what? Like even things like these, we can sit down and just ramble about anything. That's just nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
We might bring on some guests in the future as well.
Maybe.
Oh God, guests.
Who does that? Wait, do we know a fourth person?
Don't know 4 people.
I
Get my dad on.
don't have any more friends.
I have a few more people in mind.
I bet.
We could get some people on. We could just chat to
Sure.
them. We could even include, because there'll be different topics every week, by the way, people. So it's not going to be FIFA every week. It's not going to be boring us talking about FIFA. It's just kind of an introduction of what we're all interested in, and just to get to know us and get to know our opinions. But yeah, if you want to subscribe to the Bates Talk Ball channel, we've now got these 2 along with me as well. So you're welcome.
Love to see
3
it.
for the price of 1.
Yes.
Yeah. Get that in Tesco's. But yeah, I'm pretty certain there's nothing else we need to chat about. We've kind of just given our standpoints and everything. So we just want to say a massive thank you to anyone that did watch this. Obviously, I'm pretty certain we're going to promote this as much as possible as well.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to do for viewers is look at how we can get audio versions onto Spotify. Because I think that would be a big step if we was to take this to like a next level type of thing. But we'll look at that in the future.
Yeah.
But I'll need to sit down and think about how we can do that. Because I know there's a way to do it. I just need to figure out. But yeah, lads.
Sweet.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I think we smashed first one. Let's go.
Yeah. So do you want to do that, outro, Tom? Because you got a very.
He's got the voice for it.
There we go.
Got the voice
Right,
for that,
outro
so.
time. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment down below if you've got any other ideas for different podcasts or people maybe to get involved. Thank you to James. Thank you to Shane. Thank you to me, because obviously I was part of it too. You're welcome, everyone. But that's it, guys. Make sure you hit that sub button. Turn notifications on anytime we upload a video. You'll be told. And, of course, thanks for watching. I've been Tom. James been James. Shane's been Shane. You guys have been awesome. We'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and, of course, you tell them, James.
Wash your hands.
Wash them hands, boys. See you soon.